Well, hello there, my spooky friends. If this is your first time to my channel, thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Emily, and today I am bringing you this week's Spooky Sunday. So for today's Spooky Sunday, I wanted to do something a little bit more laid back and a little bit more chill than I typically do. I woke up a little bit late today and I just want to do something that's just a little bit more low maintenance here on the channel. So for the video today, I am just going to be reading you guys 10 Japanese urban legends. Now I have not read this yet, so I'm going to be reading it along with you guys, and then I'm basically just going to be kind of reacting to it and stating my opinion and thoughts on the spooky urban legends. And I think this would be kind of fun and interesting. I watch a girl who does this pretty often named Loie Lane. I love her videos. This isn't going to be something I do a lot on the channel, but I just wanted to switch it up here today and do something a bit more low maintenance and a bit more laid back. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right on into it. So the name of the article that I found online is called 10 Creepy Japanese Legends That Will Leave You Too Scared to Sleep Tonight, and I thought that sounded pretty interesting. Now, I personally love Japanese urban legends. I have played a lot of video games in my past, especially when I was little, that involve Japanese urban legends, and they can get really, really scary. And recently, I found an old school video game of mine that I used to play when I was little that involved a lot of these urban legends, so I wanted to make this a Spooky Sunday topic. So let's get right on into the first one here. So the first urban legend that I have here on the list is called the Noh Mask. Traditionally used in theater, Noh masks are considered to be supernatural in nature. Apart from the fact that they're absolutely creepy, a Noh mask represents both a smiling face and a sad face when you look at it from different angles. When kept in the house, the masks are said to draw negative energy from the owners till they get completely consumed by the masks themselves and their soul trapped in a different dimension of pain. And then there is a photo of the Noh mask here, and you can see the different angles that it consumes, I guess. So I guess this traps your soul in the mask. Why would you want to keep that in your house? Like, come on. Come on, people. Why are you keeping a creepy mask that consumes your soul in your house? So moving on to the second urban legend, we have the Kuchisake Onna, which is the woman with a slit mouth. And I actually know about this one. This one's pretty spooky and pretty interesting, so let's get into it. Considered to be the wife of a samurai warrior who split open her mouth when he found out about her infidelity, Kuchisake Onna has an interesting urban legend surrounding her. She walks on the streets after sunset on foggy days with her face covered with a surgical mask, approaching travelers. She then asks the travelers if they thought she was pretty. As most would answer with a yes, she will then remove her mask, exposing her slit mouth. She would ask the traveler again if they thought she was pretty. If they answered with a yes again, she produces a pair of scissors and slits open their mouth, Joker style. If they say no, she will then produce a scythe and cut them in half. Apparently, the trick to answer is to say she looks average, which will confuse her, and then she will leave. So as I said, I know about this one. This is a pretty popular Japanese urban legend, and it's pretty spooky because a lot of times in the US and in Japan and a lot of other countries, when someone is sick, they will wear a surgical mask outside because they don't want to spread it around, especially in Japan. I know a lot of people are very conscious on not wanting to spread germs and illnesses, which is actually very kind of them to do because a lot of people where I live do not do that and spread their sickness to everyone. But that's pretty spooky because if you see someone on the street who's wearing a surgical mask and you know about the story, you're probably going to automatically assume that it's somehow related. And I don't know, the idea of someone just taking off their mask and having a split mouth is pretty freaking creepy, but also reminds me of the Joker, and I love The Dark Knight. I love Heath Ledger, so I don't know. I'm kind of okay with it. The next urban legend is called Hitobashira, which is the human pillar. Sounds pretty spooky. A pretty scary proposition if you ask me. The human pillars in Japan are literally just that, pillars that have humans trapped inside of them. The popular myth was that pillars with humans trapped inside of them would bless the construction of the building and hold it firm, but most places built with these supposed pillars are said to be haunted by the soul of those trapped inside. Yeah, I would think so. I mean, what are you doing? Putting dead bodies inside of pillars to make them stronger? I mean, we have cement. We can use cement. You know, it was made for that. But okay, I guess, whatever you want to do, but you're basically just asking for a haunted house. So number 4 on the list is called the Okiku doll. Supposedly purchased by a young boy in 1918 as a souvenir for his 2-year-old daughter Okiku, the doll now resides at the This is not my first language, people. Menenji Temple. I apologize if I got that wrong. I am not fluent in Japanese. In the town of Iwamizawa since 1938. Legend has it that Okiku loved the doll and spent all her time with it until she died the year after due to illness. Her soul now is said to haunt the doll, and ownership of the doll comes with serious consequences. People still claim that the hair of the doll continues to grow even after being cut. I have heard of this story. I have seen the pictures of the doll. I've seen the pictures of the doll when it was given to Okiku, and I've seen the pictures of the doll now, and it does look like the hair has grown. Now, granted, anyone could pop a little mini wig on the doll and fake this, but a lot of people have come out saying that this is an actual thing and that they've seen the hair growing, and I heard somewhere that the hair allegedly is real human hair, and apparently they've done tests on it. Now, I'm not 100% sure about that. This could all just be hearsay, but it's a creepy concept if you really think about it. Oh god, I totally know of this one. This one is really freaking spooky. So this one is called Teka. Named after the tapping sound that this poor soul makes while moving around, Teke is the upper half of a woman who accidentally fell onto the train tracks at a subway station and was cut in half. Her rage at this untimely death is considered to be so powerful that she still roams around looking for vengeance. Legend has it that regardless of whether you try to run from her or not, crossing paths means certain death, and those who die by her scythe are said to suffer the same fate as her. So this one actually reminds me of a real life story that happened, I believe it happened in America, and there was a lady who, I believe she was on the train tracks and she got cut in half, and she actually survived. She was in American Horror Story Freak Show. She was one of the actors, and she was a great actor, and she's adorable, and she's doing okay. So this one scares me a little bit, but then I just think of her and think about how great she was in Horror Story, and it makes me happy. Good for her. This is another one that I am already aware of, and it's real spooky. So this is the Red Room Curse. Oh lord. I don't think I'm ready for this one because this one scares me quite a lot, actually. The Red Room story is an internet legend about a pop-up that appears on the victim's computer, which I have a computer right next to me, and I would just about die if the Red Room message popped up right now, but the image simply shows a door and a recorded voice asking, "Do you like the Red Room?" Those who have seen the pop-up are found dead, their walls painted red in their own blood. The legend began with a flash animation of a boy being cursed after encountering the pop-up, but gained notoriety when it was found that the schoolgirl who committed the Sashipo slashing in 2004 had the video as bookmarked. I don't know what the Sashipo slashing is, but it doesn't sound like a good incident. This just reminds me of the dark web. Really weird stuff goes down there. They have all sorts of weird chat rooms and things that are kind of similar to this, allegedly. So this one really creeps me out because this one seems very realistic, and I'm not here for it. You know, I don't want any part of that. I don't want no pop-ups. So, you know, just leave my computer alone. We'll be cool here. Just, you don't need to interact with me on the computer. We can just be fine just being strangers. Okay, I know this one too, and I hate this one so much. This is Tomino's poem. The popular Japanese story is about a poem called Tomino's Hell. They say that you should only read with your mind and never read aloud. If you were to read it out loud, you would die. The story used to be very popular in 2CH. I don't know what that is. There were many users that said nothing happened, but there were also many posts that didn't have users come back to post the results. So this is something that I'm just not gonna mess with it. Like, it can exist, but we don't have to cross paths. Just like the Red Room, it can be a thing, but we just don't need to meet each other. It's just fine. I'm not gonna look into it, and I'm a-okay with being very far away from the origins of the story. Number 8 is called Gozu, the ox head, which kind of reminds me of Goza, which is pot stickers, so I don't know. I'm intrigued. Gozu is a story that was supposedly discovered in Japanese literature during the 17th century. It is said that those who read or narrate this story are sent into a catatonic state where their minds are trapped in another dimension shortly before they die. What does this have to do with the ox head? No, thank you. No, I'm fine. I'm fine not reading that. No. Number 9 is called Kunekune. Kunekune is a legend in which a distant apparition seen on a rice field or barley field on hot summer days wiggles as if moved by a strong gust of wind, even on a windless day. It is claimed that anyone who tries to get a closer look at it is driven insane or dies while touching it. Is this a person? What is this? And the last one on the list here today sounds just as menacing and spooky as all of the others, so Great. This is called The Girl in the Gap. What if it's just like the girl in the Gap, like the Gap store? Just a girl chilling in the Gap store. Okay, I just need to stop myself. I'm sorry. Japanese superstition holds that a spirit lives between the gaps of things like furniture and slightly opens doors. If you lock eyes with the girl in the gap, it will ask you to play hide and seek, but while playing, if you were to see the eyes in the gap, you will be instantly transported to hell. No, no, no. We don't need to do that, okay? We don't need any part of that. So, yeah, no, I'm done here. Excuse me? That's pretty rude, okay? I was just looking at you. I didn't do anything to you. All I did was lock eyes with you, lady. I'm doing just fine in my house where I am safe. But those are 10 Japanese urban legends that apparently will keep you up at night. And honestly, those were creepy as all heck. So I am just gonna stop that here while we are still on a somewhat decent note. I'm a little bit spooked right now, but hey, that just comes with the territory. But please do let me know down in the comments below. Have you heard of these Japanese urban legends before? Are there any that are really creepy that you want to tell everyone here? Just nothing too creepy, nothing too weird, please. Let's keep it somewhat family friendly in the comments below, but I'm all down to hear some urban legends if you have some to share. But I do hope that you consider subscribing if you have not already. I am doing Spooky Sunday every single Sunday, and during the rest of the week, I have all sorts of makeup goodness happening right here on this channel. So if you are not already subscribed and you would like to be, I would love to see you hit that button down below. I do also hope that you consider giving this video a big old thumbs up and turning on the notification bell if you did enjoy this video and you would like to see more. But I hope you are having an absolutely amazing and slightly spooky day wherever you are, and thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you next time. Bye!